Hey everybody, welcome to the live broadcast from the train room, and this is going to be a quick update on everything that I've been doing for the past, oh gosh, 50 some hours. Um, Getting the switches all situated in here and sorting on how this operation is going to go because it's going to be pretty much 90% take that back, about 85% prototypical, and the rest is thrown in. So I'm going to go over everything on the layout on how this is going to work. This is not going to be a run session. This is just going to be a layout run through on how everything is going to work. So first thing, um, as you already seen, this is 4 rail. 4 rail is a only one way in, one way out. It has a total of 13 drops, not 14 that I thought, but 13. And I had to go back to my switch list where I used to work at to get the switching order. And as you can see, there's 2 rails, 4 rail and then 4A. Hello, how you doing? So this is the spot and drop sections of how 4 rail will work. The first spot is 4-1, then 4-3, then 4-4. Here off this switch is then 4-6, 4-8, 4-15, 4-16. On the A side, if we come in on the crossover, here is 4A1, 4A3, 4A4, and then the next spot section will be 14, 15, and 19 down there on the end. So this is how this looks on the board. Here is 4-1, 4-3, 4-4. We're going to take one of these cars off because it doesn't belong. We're going to take this car off. The next spot is 4-6, 4-8, 4-15, 4-16. And here is these 4 cars here. And it goes all the way to the backstop. And then we have 14, 4-15, and 4-19, 4A. On A side, let's go back up here to A side from the board. 4A1, 4A3, 4A4. Then down here, 14, 15, and 19. This car goes down here. So the 3 spot areas. So this is a 13 car spot. 13 cars come in, 13 cars come out, unless they're setbacks. So let's move this car here. That car is there. And that's how the spots will be. This is 4 rail. 6 rail is a little different because we have this down here. We'll be doing some sorting and switching down here because some cars are pulls, some cars are setbacks. And this over here, this is just one direction pull. The empty cars come in from this side and the loaded cars will come out from the other side. We'll take the loaded cars, set them to the main, and then we'll take them all to A yard. We'll talk about A yard in a minute. So that's how haul that section. This is where D yard begins, and half of this is D yard, and the other half is C yard. I didn't put both yards separately. This is where we build the outbound train to head out. So this is pretty much where the outbound begins. We build the outbound train on this end and only on this end. Down here on this end is of C. This is C yard. We do have a track that dead ends. That's part of D yard. We're going to make that part of D yard, which is right here. That track here is part of D yard. These 2 tracks here are part of C yard. This is where we get the cars to go to 6 rail and 4 rail for loading or unloading. And we get the cars for the middle table, which will be 8 rail and 8 rail and part of backside 2 rail. Um, Once we get these cars, we either set them to one of these tracks to be picked up, or we will take them around to the spur, going to 6 rail or 8 rail, backside 2 rail. I'll explain it when I get here. We go. This is the track to backside 8 rail, 8 rail. Now, what I did, I took all the racks that I built, platform racks, and put them here. There's total 8 racks here. Well, total of 3 racks, but 8 cars spotted here. So we'll come in, we'll pull the cars, we'll set them to the main, and then come back with our other cars and then spot those, depending on if there are any setbacks. And then, hey Kyle, whatever works, railroad, hello. All right. And this section here, this is going to be part of backside 2 rail. This is where we pull and spot the cars, the hoppers. I told you I was going to put Gentech out here, so I did. It's going to sit right next to the Mariani. The Mariani is not the Mariana sugar plant anymore. Mariani is going to be called the Mariana processing plant. This is where they do make the processing for the resin. So this is all one big plant, one huge plant. So once we get the cars here, all these cars, every car that come off a platform will come over here to A yard, where they will dispatch, will figure out what that car is going to be in the outbound train. Once the cars are given their outbound destination, if it's an M1, M2, M3, M4, we will take these cars and take them up to D yard, to where we will begin finishing up the outbound train. Not all of the cars are going to come out of A yard for outbound. Some will stay, and they will probably stay for the next train going out. So that's pretty much it. The wash rack. The wash rack. The wash rack will be over here. This back track is going to have a switch, and 2 rail cars will go in there, and this is where the wash rack will be. Wash rack is located right on the back end of A rail, which is B yard, where all the engines are. But the engines are not going to be here, because the engines are going to be in this B yard all over here. This is where all the engines will be. All the engines will sit here. And then this side of Mariani will just be hoppers. It'll be calcium carbonate, cabinet, whatever they call it, resin, sand composite that they use for the resin. They're unloaded over here. We will bring a tank car or two in for the polyethylene to mix with that stuff so they can make that junk. What else? 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 What else am I missing? I think that's pretty much it. Any building that you see are not spot and drops anymore. The Jackson Plastic building is not a spot and drop anymore. The 2 buildings over here are not, Roy and Joe, are not part of the spot and drop. They're just processing buildings. Let's see. I think that pretty much did it. As you can see, there's less track on there. Hey, Lenny, I took off 30% of the track. There's not a lot of track on here. A lot of the track is down there under the table. A lot of court bed and a lot of track is under the table. Now, I might put in another line when I get some more platforms. It'll come off that track up there, and it'll be another spot and drop here. But right now, I'm not going to do that because I don't have the platforms for it. So when I get the switches and the platforms, that's where they'll go. So that's pretty much it. I got some platforms in and I have to put them together. I got four today. Well, yesterday, Friday, I got four. So I'm going to put those four up and order four more. So that'll take care of all the platforms over here. Um, what else? What else? What else? Like I said, there's not a lot of track on here. What's going to go over here will be another platform off this line here going to the wall. There'll be another track going in. Okay, no biggie. That's going to be another platform area for the tank cars. We're going to call that 9-rail or 9-rack. 9-rack or 5-rack, whichever one it's going to be, that will be another area. Anything, hey Ron, how you doing, sir? Anything that comes out of this area from the 9-rack, when I put the platforms in, anything that comes from that area will go directly to outbound. It'll already be dispatch will already have that situated for outbound. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I think that's pretty much it. Now the next thing I'm gonna do is tie all the lines into the buses because as you can see, I've been doing all the wiring, trying to get all the wiring situated with the switches and everything. So that's the next process, and then do some test run, and then probably this evening I will go live and do some switching action so y'all can see how this thing gonna work. This is not going to be a easy 1, 2, 3 switching job. It's going to take some time because it's in fact that switch list there. The switch list from that outline is going to be a headache. So, how many drops on here? How many spot drops on here now? That building there will be considered a spot drop. That's be considered as a shove kill to the A yard. That down there is considered a spot and drop because we got to put spot cars and pull cars out. So depending on how many cars we pull out of there, I don't know. So in all, if you think about it, I say 2, 15, 19, 25 spot and drops in all. So 25 spot and drop. Oh, wait. We've got the Mariani 31 spot and drops. That's 31. That's quite a bit of spot and drops to build. So 31 is not bad. I don't want to go no higher than that because to be honest, I took most of the track off of here, and to be honest, I think it looks a lot better with less track, less of the hassle. 2 main yards, which is fine. I can deal with that. So, without further ado, let me get the wiring sorted and get everything situated, and I'll be this evening so y'all can see this thing in action. Until then, I'll see y'all later. Now take care. Bye.